Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links action. I got another deck. We are going to be talking about the new structure deck again in today's episode, and this time we are going to be talking about this guy. The new card, the new boss monster, Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, right? Now what makes this card so good? First of all, you can't be normal summoned or set. Kind of disappointing. It cannot be special summoned except by Assault Mode activate. If this card attacks, destroy all other monsters after damage calculation, including your own. Keep that in mind. But it is a 3500 beater. Pretty good. When this card on the field is destroyed, you can special summon one Red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard. So it does have a pretty good floating effect, right? It gets destroyed, you summon this guy, right? A lot of things can get around this, however, by banishing it, by just sending it to the graveyard, by, stopping its summon. There are a lot of other things that, by negating its effect, right? There are a lot of other things that can get around that, but it is still a good card, and, again, it destroys all other monsters on the field. Just destroys them, right? That means, if there's a set monster, it's not going to flip. If there are, if you're swinging into 3 monsters, you swing in, all of them are destroyed. Doesn't matter if this is also destroyed, everything's destroyed. If this card attacks, destroy all other monsters after damage calculation, right? So even if this card gets destroyed, and you swing in, you destroy all the other monsters, right? And if this card is destroyed, so say they have a 3600 attack point monster, right? Or something bigger, right? Let's say they have an Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon on the field, 4500 attack. That's insanely powerful, right? How do you get over that? Well, you swing in, you take the 1000 damage, you get destroyed, that's fine. Then you summon your Red Dragon Archfiend from the graveyard and beat for 3000. Could be lethal, could not be, depending. But now, how do we summon this guy? Well, let's go to our deck, and I will show you what we're doing here. So, first and foremost, I'm using Esper because of a certain skill that he has that I have not quite obtained, which is the Cosmic Insight. It can be used each time your life points decrease by 1000 during your draw phase. Instead of conducting your normal draw a random Psychic type or Jinzo monster, right? Why is this useful? Well, if we look at our tuner, our one card synchro summon monster, it is Psy Reflector. Now what makes Psy Reflector so good? One card synchro summon, we talked about this in the last video. You special or normal summon this, you activate its effect to search for an Assault Beast, send Assault Beast to the graveyard to grab up Assault Mode Activate, show the Assault Mode Activate. Summon up this guy once again. You can change his level from level 5 to level 9. Level 9? No, level 8, sorry. So you can increase his level from 1 to 4 times. So you summon this, right? You activate the effect, grab up this guy, grab up this, show this, bring up this guy, change it to a level 7 by increasing it by 3 points. And then you grab yourself your Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, you could also be running, or you could also change it to a level 8 to grab up Vermilion Dragon Mech. You could also change it to a level 6 to grab up Black Rose Dragon or Samurai Destroyer. Wipe the field, swing in, can't activate any effects, right? Or you could use it for Psyhemoth as well, right? This can help you get over the one Cocytus, right, or Cocytus. That the Cocytus will be banned to 1, so this will be, I think, anything that has just like 1 out to Cocytus will become significantly better. I think Dark Lords will become better once again after this change as well. So that's why I tacked in the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Negate all dark monster effects activated on the field or in the graveyard. It's actually pretty good. It stops Psi Reflector. I mentioned last time that it is dark, so it's stopped by Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, so be aware of that as well. You'd want to do your combo, and then use the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. That also stops your Red Dragon Archfiend and Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode, so do keep that in mind. I run it because I ran into quite a few Dark Lords, quite a few things that this was pretty useful against. So it also stops things like Red Dragon Desperado Barrel Dragon's effect on the field. It doesn't stop it from getting onto the field, but you should easily be able to get over it. So that's why I have it. It's pretty good. Now let's talk about the rest of this deck. All of this right here is from the deck, from purchasing the new structure deck, right? Well, I should say all of this, right? The rest of the synchro monsters are up to you. What makes this super good and super consistent, most of the time I didn't even use like any of the other synchros. I used Vermilion Dragon Mech a couple times, I used Samurai Destroyer a couple times. I never used Sahemoth, and I never really used Black Rose Dragon. I think I did use Black Rose Dragon once to wipe the field and activate this guy's effect, but that I don't know. I don't know if you'll see that replay, but overall, all of this is from the new structured deck. It's really good if you like synchro summoning. It's the best way to synchro summon, right? Now, you activate the effect, you now have a Red Dragon Archfiend on the field, okay? With your Red Dragon Archfiend and your Assault Mode activate in the hand, you could set the Assault Mode activate, you could set a Powerful Rebirth, you could set anything like that, right? Pretty good. So, you can set anything like that, right? Cosmic Cyclone is for the skill that I don't have, which is disappointing. But you activate this, you activate your skill to search up your Psi Reflector. I found out that you kind of don't need it, and so I never really used it. Granted, I didn't have it, but like honestly, this deck is really consistent without it, right? If you draw into one of these at any point, you're doing pretty good, right? And then you have protection with the Kiteroid in case you don't draw into it. You still do have a bit of protection there, right? So that's why we run the Kiteroid. But with Assault Mode activate, you can activate this, tribute a Synchro monster, special summon an Assault Mode monster, and you'll see me do this a couple of times, where I will swing in with a Red Dragon Archfiend, right? Activate the Assault Mode activate to get another attack for 3,500 using Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. And normally, a lot of people have their things in defense position, right? Dark Lords, Subterrors, all of these things put all of their guys into defense position, right? Or really like anything puts something into defense position, right? You swing in with this, all defense position monsters are destroyed, right? Then you activate this, and then you can swing in for 3,500 for lethal. You can swing in to destroy the face-up attack position monster that they had, what have you, right? Really useful, real good. Highly recommend using this deck if you like synchro summoning. Now, what else makes this deck good? Powerful Rebirth, right? You can special summon to activate your Psi Reflector again, because it says on normal or special summon, you can activate its effect, right? Now keep in mind, this is something that you should absolutely do. Keep in mind how many of these guys you have, because you need them in the deck to special summon. This can only be used from your deck. You can't use it from your hand. You can't use it from the graveyard, right? Or like summon from the graveyard, right? So it can only be from the deck. So drawing these is a huge brick. They're extremely useless in the hand, right? So, what you want to do is you want to kind of count. Okay, how many Assault Beasts do I have? How many Assault Mode Activates do I have? And if you have all 3 of these, in the field, on the field, in the graveyard, or in your hand, don't activate his first effect. Activate his second effect, but not the one for when it is normal summoned or special summoned, right? Keep that in mind. I made a big mistake in one of the games. It didn't end up costing me, but it could have, because I didn't have the ability to special summon this guy from the deck. So keep that in mind, right? That's the biggest thing that you really have to worry about. It's pretty simple. Basically, you just activate this guy's effect once it is on the field. You summon it, activate its effect, send this guy to the grave, or grab up this guy, send this guy to the grave, grab up this, then activate this guy's effect again, Reflector, activate, show, Assault Beast, Synchro Summon into your Red Dragon Archfiend, then you can set the Assault Mode activate. Keep the Assault Mode in your hand until you have used your second effect of Reflector to do your Synchro Summon. Right? So there we go. That's the deck. Let's hop into some replays. Alright guys, welcome back. So here we are up against a Loomis and Umbra using our Esper Roba. Alright, here we go. So no skills. We start out having 2 Reflectors in our hand. We also have an Assault Mode activate within our hand. We send the Assault Beast, use the Reflector, Synchro Summon for a Red Dragon Archfiend, and set ourselves in Assault Mode activate. He Cosmic Cyclones it, that's fine, that's whatever, not a big deal. Ancient Gear Wyvern. This dude's playing Ancient Gears with Loomis and Umbra. Why? That's okay, it doesn't matter. We Reflector, we have lethal right here. Given that he doesn't have a Kiteroid. But here we go, we activate. Synchro Summon for another Red Dragon Archfiend. We set ourselves Powerful Rebirth and Assault Mode activate. Send the Assault Beast, grab up the Assault Mode activate, and he scoops it, realizing we have lethal, right? We swing over the top, we swing over again, activate the Assault Mode, activate, and swing in again. And we do beat over a, what is it? Reactor Dragon. Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. So there you go. Let's hop into the next replay. Alright guys, here we are up against Dr. Velian Growler. Is this Ancient Gears again? Let's see. We start Reflector, Assault Beast send to the grave, grab up the Assault Mode activate, activate Reflector, show the Assault Mode activate, Synchro Summon for our level 8 Red Dragon Archfiend, set, and we're good. It is indeed Ancient Gears, so our Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is pretty useless, but it is good, I feel, to have a triple set. He grabs up his Reactor Dragon, pretty simple. We just swing in, and then we Assault Mode activate, and there we have lethal. He scoops it up before we can swing in, and, but there you go. That's what Assault Mode activate is so useful for. You flip it, you tribute off your Synchro monster, and then you swing in for 3,500, causing lethal a lot. So that's generally how you're going to win with this deck. This deck's actually pretty insane and super fun. So let's hop into the next replay. Alright, here we are up against Crow Hogan, and most of the time when I go up against Crow Hogan, it is some sort of not standard Blackwings, but it is still a strong Blackwing deck. So here we go. We start first again. Reflector into Assault Beast. Assault Beast, activate the effect, grab up. Reflector, show, Synchro Summon for our Red Dragon Archfiend. Set a card, end the turn. We want to keep one Assault Mode activate within our hand. He activates Anti-Reverse. He's going to So what this card does is if you control a Blackwing monster, destroy all face-down spell and trap cards your opponent controls. If you control exactly 3 Blackwing monsters, you can activate this card from your hand, right? So he gets all 3 of them out. This was really well played from him. He gets all 3 of them out. He has not activated Gale yet. So he goes and activates the Delta Crow anti-reverse. So we tribute off our Red Dragon Archfiend to grab up our Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode, right? Then we just normal summon our Assault Beast and swing in for damage, right? He tributes off his... He activates Blackbird Close to negate our effect of Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode by tributing off Squall, also negating the destruction of all the other cards. Doesn't really matter. We destroy all the cards, but then he also is able to summon a Blackwing Dragon. But that's okay, right? We didn't get destroyed. We were sent to the graveyard, meaning we weren't able to grab up ourselves the reactor, or not reactor dragon, but the Red Dragon Archfiend. We get destroyed. That's okay. We set a card. It is in assault mode. It is simply a bait. Blackwing Rising. He actually uses it on his Black-Winged Dragon. Poor decision by him. We activate our Kiteroid. We activate our Kiteroid again. We can't be taking that much damage. Then we grab up our Psy Reflector. See here, you would normally use the skill to make sure that you grab it up. I just got lucky and happened to top deck it. So we grab up our Psy Reflector. We only have the Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode within our hand. Luckily, within our deck. Luckily, we have another one within our deck, so it's okay. We Synchro Summon for our Red Dragon Archfiend, and then we swing in to Gladys, and then activate our Assault mode, activate, and swing in to the crits. Causing lethal. Didn't even have to swing in over the black, or the Dragonhawk? What is it? Frickin' what's this called? Blackwinged Dragon. Black-Winged Dragon. There we go. Didn't have to swing in. He decided to keep his monsters on the field, and we swung in for damage. It's fine. There you go. It's real good. Beats Blackwings. There you go. It's an insanely good deck. Alright, and here's the last one. We are going up against Aster Phoenix. We start out first. Again, all of these replays we have gone first, which is very interesting. I do think that this is very much so a going first deck, seeing as how right now there aren't a lot of hand traps in the game. So going first allows us to set up our board a lot better and set up the assault mode to activate so that on turn 3 we can swing in, destroy all their monsters, and then swing in for quite a hefty amount of damage. So here we go. We start out. Side Reflector, send, grab, activate, Synchro Summon for our level 8 Red Dragon Archfiend. Set. I do the triple set because I don't want them to get like Cosmic Cyclone or anything like that. I still want to leave my options open. Double Powerful Rebirth and an Assault Mode to activate is actually a pretty good set of back row cards. We're playing what appears to be a Dark Lord deck, right? They grab up Ixchel. They draw 2 cards. They send a Nastin. They have a Dark Lord Contact. They activate. There you go. You got 2 defense position monsters right there. But then they grab up the Sanctified Dark Lord. That's pretty not good for us. Alright, we're going to Powerful Rebirth, right? We're going to grab up the Psy Reflector. Psy Reflector, Assault Beast. Send the Assault Beast. Grab up the Assault Mode, activate. Psy Reflector, show the Assault Mode, activate. Then we make this guy a level 6, right? Because this Powerful Rebirth increases the level of your tuner by 1, right? So you have to keep that in mind as well. Grab it up, then change this from a 7 normally to get your Red Dragon Archfiend to a 6, right? Because you got 2 and 6 is 8. There you go, Red Dragon Archfiend, let's go. Sanctified Dark Lord activates, grabs up the Red Dragon Archfiend. We swing in. Now he sent Nastin, which is a bit weird. And it turns out he has a flip-flop frog, and that's why. He didn't have a Dark Lord in the hand, so he had to send Nastin. Not very good for us. We destroy everything. We activate our assault mode activate and swing in for 3,500. Now they negated both of our Red Dragon Archfiend's effects, which is pretty not good, because then we weren't able to wipe the field, and that's why Flip Flop Frog was able to activate. But now they have no way of activating their negation, which means if we swing in using our Red Dragon Archfiend, we can swing in and destroy all other cards. So that's pretty good. However, we're facing off against Subterrors. Subterror, I forget what this guy's name is. Umastrix. Yeah, sure. Umastrix. Subterror Behemoth Umastrix. Face down, right? If that gets flipped face up, it will banish our card, which we don't really want, but we also don't want it to get returned to the deck. So either way, it's not really great. So what we're going to do is we're going to Psy Reflector. We're going to pull it up. Psy Reflector, activate, grab up our Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, it doesn't really matter which one we swing into, because either way, they're going to return our Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, and I did this very poorly. What I should have done is I should have set the Assault Mode Activate right after I had used my Assault Mode Activate. But I kept it open, and I should have used it at least this turn, so that next turn we could use our Red Dragon Archfiend, swing in, and then activate our Assault Mode, and I didn't do that, seeing as how he is in lethal range from one Assault Mode Dragon, or Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. So we activate the effect, destroy. He obviously targets this guy to send it to, or to banish it, but we destroy all the cards, all the other cards on the field. Contact, Eggshell, contact, Nastin. Then summons himself the Nemesis Warrior. We powerful rebirth once again, and here is where I make a big mistake. I should keep the Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode in the deck, and I didn't, because I wasn't counting. I didn't know what I had, right? I activated Psy Reflector before thinking, what do I have? I have all three of my Assault Beasts, and I have all three of my Assault Modes. Poor decision on my part. Now this card is absolutely useless on the field. All of our Spell and Trap card zones are absolutely useless. So that's a big mistake from me. However, we activate, grab up our Vermilion Dragon Mech this time, since we don't have our other Red Dragon Archfiend within the deck, and that is simply because, or it's not in the extra deck, it's because it's in the graveyard. So what we do is we grab the Vermilion Dragon Mech, we try to pop the Subterra Nemesis Warrior. He doesn't go for it. He instead tributes for the Umastrix, but that's okay. Red Dragon Archfiend, destroy all defense position monsters. We don't even have to swing into it. It doesn't flip up. We swing in for lethal with our Vermilion Dragon Mech, and there you go. It's extremely good against sub-terrors, right? You swing into one, only one effect activates. For example, had they had 3 cards face down, they really needed the trap card to be set, but it wasn't. Had they had 3 cards set, 3 monsters set, as long as we swing into one, all of them go bye-bye, right? So, Red Dragon Archfiend's really good. Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode's really good. I would highly recommend this deck if you enjoy Synchro Summoning. So let's head back into this deck for 1 second. Kiteroid, I did end up using a couple of times, but ultimately I feel like it wasn't that useful. However, you do want to leave your back row open for other such things. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, also didn't find it to be that useful, right? But again, I don't really have another Cosmic Cyclone, which is what you would want to use. You would want to use a 3rd Cosmic Cyclone so that you can activate your skill. I don't have the skill, but overall, that's what you should be using. Triple Cosmic Cyclone, right? You take out the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. But honestly, this, you can run any other 5 cards that you want, right? You could run Kiteroid. You could run treacherous. You could run enemy controller, right? Let's look at the most popular cards at the moment. Cosmic Cyclone, pretty good. I would highly recommend that with your Cosmic Insight. But honestly, you don't need the Cosmic Insight, and you don't really need the excuse me. And you don't really need Cosmic Cyclone, right? Really, any card would be good, could be good, right? Floodgate, Treacherous, Wall of Disruption, Enemy Controller, Sphere Karibo, right? To put it into defense position so that when you swing in with your red dragon Archfiend, it just pops, right? And it pops anything else that's in defense position, right? You could use World Legacy Clash if you so chose, right? I don't see that being that bad of an option, really, right? Like, honestly, World Legacy Clash seems like a great fit here. Again, you do kind of want to keep your back row open, since when you Synchro Summon after using a powerful Rebirth, the powerful Rebirth will just sit on the field kind of doing nothing, right? So sometimes what you can do is you could Cosmic Cyclone your own thing to activate your skill, right? And then you can search for your Side Reflector. Pretty good. But realistically, any of these cards, any of these tech cards you could use, right? If you have Galaxy Cyclone, use Galaxy Cyclone. If you have Drowning Mirror Force, use Drowning Mirror Force. If you got Wall of Disruption, use Wall of Disruption. Any of them are good options. All of them are good options. It's better if you have something that isn't like a hand trap, right? Kiteroid, Sphere Karibo, something like that. Anyway, that's going to be it. If you guys did indeed enjoy, a like is very much appreciated. And if you want to see more content like this, just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.